Good morning and welcome to another Morning Java, brought to you as always by our friends at the Get-Go Cafe and Market, where they feature fresh food and they don't cheat you on the meat.
Yeah, a lot of big subs. I'm still partial to the smoothies. I mean,
I can't
so many
have
different
smoothies.
kinds of
You don't have to rub it in. Let's. Speaking of rubbing it in here, the Penguins did beat the Detroit Red Wings 5-1. Pretty predictable outcome in a lot of ways. Obviously, it's the Red Wings and all that other stuff. But I guess, I don't know about you, I was looking for more detail stuff in the game than I was the final score. You know, I was looking for different things that might translate toward, are the Penguins getting better? Are they getting more solid? And I guess one of the things that I like here is seeing, it feels like the lines are starting to take actual shape finally, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, we saw last game what Zucker and Crosby can do together.
Yep.
I like that. I think Simone works on that line. But the bottom six really is, I think, Aston Reese, Bluger, Tanev, you don't want to break that up, right?
Unless
when
Aston Reese
is
gets hurt, yeah.
You know, but I mean, the fourth line tonight, I thought the fourth line was really good.
Yeah.
I think Hornquist, I don't know if it's ideal to have him on the fourth line, but I think he 2 goals. I mean, it's hard to argue against that. The depth scoring is nice.
You know what's funny? The idea that it's the fourth line.
Yeah.
I wonder if, because let's say Nick Bjugstad, and you've seen him skating in practice, he's going to come back at some point, okay? Maybe. But when you get Cahoon and Bjugstad back, or, I mean, heck, Aston Reese at some point, so we don't know how long he's going to be out now. Mm-hmm. You can create a third line that is, remember from the Islanders series, the Hornquist, Bjugstad, McCann line, that was the only effective line. So if you had those guys out there as your third line, you could call the Bluger, Tanev, Aston Reese line the fourth line, and they're not going to get offended.
No, they play that kind of role. It's
exactly.
Not, I think a lot of people see like the lines like rankings. It's not. They fit together. It doesn't matter. If they're playing well, they get the ice time they deserve. It's not like I mean, right now the fourth line doesn't get a whole lot, but Agazino's also on that.
That's part of what was nice when I say that these lines are coming together. Was nice about the fourth line playing as well as they did. And again, I'm referring all to before Aston Reese got hurt, and whenever you had Hornquist, Agazino, and Lafferty out there, that Sullivan doesn't have to expend the other guys to death the way he was in Florida, you know?
Yeah, I mean, before they put Hornquist down there, I mean, with that line, they're getting Agazino's getting 4 or 5 minutes a night.
Oh, yeah.
And that's not, that's not sustainable.
No.
And you can't take that into the playoffs. But, I mean, once guys start getting healthy and guys start going down, I mean, you can evenly distribute the ice time more. And
now, the other thing is, by getting those guys more involved, and particularly Lafferty, I'm not going to pretend this is about anybody other than Lafferty, I have wanted all season long for them to just let him try to get back to what he was doing when he first came up. You know what I mean? And then he did it again.
Offense?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I mean, just to scoring, because even when you talk to him, he still focuses everything on anything but goals.
Yeah, the first game he came back up and he scored against Washington. I mean, even then, he scored, and he said, "I'm really not trying to emphasize scoring." That's what he said. But I mean, even going back to last season in Wilkes-Barre, offense wasn't his top.
No, it wasn't his thing. Yeah.
He went 3 separate streaks of at least 14 games last season without a goal. 14 games minimum.
Wow.
3 separate
times.
But that's fine. But it's fine. It didn't keep him from getting called up because he's a good two-way gritty guy. That's his game.
But you saw that goal in Washington.
Yeah, I mean, he's capable of it.
Yeah, he's capable, and that's what I think. When you're the Penguins and you see a player doing things like that and doing things the right way, and at the same time showing that finishing touch, the 2 words that I mentioned to Lafferty on the Florida trip again and again were Brian Rust.
Yeah.
Because you see a guy who does everything right all over the rink, and did again, by the way, in this game, but still developed a scoring touch.
the players hear that too from Sullivan. I've talked to a few guys, the younger guys like that, when they get sent down out of training camp, you know, they have the exit interviews with the coaches, not just like, you know, Sullivan, even if they're going down to Wilkes-Barre. And a lot of times he'll tell them, you know, watch, you know, and most guys I've heard have been told to watch Brian Rust.
Watch Brian Rust, yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah, I mean, obviously that would be ideal. Offense, I don't think there should be any crazy expectations for him for scoring, but when he can do it, it's a nice bonus.
It is, and he might be capable of more.